this morning, we are going to talk about division of fractions. When we are dividing fractions, we can apply two methods. The first one is using the reciprocal method, and the second one is using the cross multiplication method. Now, how are we going to divide fractions using reciprocal method? So for example, we have 3/4 divided by 1/2. So pagdating sa reciprocal method, titingnan natin mabuti ang ating second fraction. So we have 1/2. So let us copy first our first fraction, which is 3/4. Next, this 1/2 will be reciprocated. We are going to change the position of our numerator and our denominator. Pagpapalitin natin ang posisyon ng 1 and 2 ng ating numerator at ng ating denominator. So from 1/2, that will become 2/1. Okay? Next, since nag-reciprocate tayo ng ating second fraction, automatically, our operation must also be reciprocated. So, ano ang reciprocal ng ating division? That will become multiplication. Then, we are going to apply what we have learned in multiplying fractions. So, we can use cancellation method. Very good. So, 4 and 2 will be divided by 2. Very good. So 4 will become 2. 2 will become 1. Then we are going to proceed sa ating direct multiplication. So 3 multiplied by 1, that is 3, over 2 multiplied by 1, that is 2. So you have 3/2. 3/2 is an example of improper fraction. So what are we going to do? We are going to divide 3 by 2. We are going to divide our numerator 3 by our denominator 2. So 3 divided by 2, you have 1. 1 times 2, you have 2. Then you are going to subtract. 3 minus 2, you have 1. Then, what will be our final answer? That is 1 and 1/2. So that is our final answer. Did you get it? Good job. This time, let us apply the cross multiplication method. So paano natin gagawin ang cross multiplication method? From the name itself, we are going to multiply our digits or our numbers diagonally. So 3 multiplied by 2, that is 6. Very good. Over 4 multiplied by 1, that is 4. So you have 6/4. So since this one is also an improper fraction, okay, we are going to divide our 6 by 4. Again, hindi natin tinatanggap ang isang improper fraction as our final answer. Dapat lagi tayo proper fraction. So 6 divided by 4, so you have 1. 1 times 4, you have 4. Then subtract 6 minus 4, you have 2. So that is 1 and 2/4. You have 1 and 2. So what can you observe? So our 1 and 2/4 are both divisible by 2. So we can divide this by 2. So 2 divided by 2, you have 1. 4 divided by 2, you have 2. Then copy your whole number 1. So you have 1 and 1/2. So what can you observe? So yung sagot natin sa ating reciprocal method at cross multiplication method ay parehas lamang. Dapat lang. Kasi both methods pwede natin gamitin when it comes to division of fractions. And we can arrive with the same answer. Very good. Now, let us have another example for reciprocal method, using reciprocal method. So we have 7/8 divided by 3/4. So ano una natin gagawin? First, copy our first fraction. So 7/8. Just copy our first fraction. Next, the second fraction should be reciprocated. So pagpapalitin natin ang pwesto ng ating 3 and 4. Ng ating numerator at ng ating denominator. So that will become 4/3. Okay? So that is 4/3. So what will happen to division sign? That will become multiplication sign. Tapos, i-apply natin yung natutunan natin sa ating multiplication of fractions. So, can we apply the cancellation method? Yes. Okay? So, kay 8 at kay 4, pwede natin i-apply ang cancellation method. They can be both divided by 4. Very good. So, 8 will become 2, 4 will become 1 after dividing it by 4. So, 7 times 1, you have 7 over 2 times 3, you have 6. So, this is 7 over 6. Is this our final answer? Not yet. Why? Because this one is an improper fraction. So, anong gagawin natin? 7 divided by 6. So, how many 6 are there in 7? You only have 1. So, 1 times 6, you have 6. 7 minus 6, you have 1. Okay? So, to write it properly, so that is 1. Ito, yung nasa taas, yung ating pinaka-quotient. Next, our remainder, that will be our numerator. And our divisor, that will become our denominator. So, you have 1 and 1 over 6. Okay? That is using reciprocal method. Now, this time, let us apply cross-multiplication method using the same example. So, we have 7 over 8 divided by 3/4. So, pag cross-multiplication method, mag-multiply lang tayo diagonally. So, 7 times 4, you have 28. Over 8 times 3, you have 24. So, 28 and 24 is not our final answer because this one is already an example of an improper fraction. So, what we're going to do is to divide 28 by 24. So, how many 24 are there in 28? You only have 1. So, 1 times 24, you have 24. Then, subtract. You have 28 minus 24, you have 4. So, that is 1 and 4 over 24. Now, 4 and 24 are both divisible by 4. So, i-divide natin ang 4 and 24 by 4. 4 divided by 4, that is 1. 24 divided by 4, that is 6. Then, copy your whole number, 1. So, your answer is 1 and 1 over 6. So, same answer. Next, let us have the third example. Let us use first reciprocal method. So, we have 7 over 6 divided by 5 over 6. So, ano ulit ang first step natin? Copy our first fraction. So, that is 7 over 6. Next, what is the second step? Reciprocate our second fraction. So, 5 over 6 will become 6 over 5. And the third step, what will happen to our division sign? That will become multiplication sign. Alright? Then, what will be the next step? Let us apply cancellation method if possible. Okay? Pwede ba ang 7 and 5? No. Okay? Bakit? Kasi walang digit or walang number ang pwede mag-divide kay 7 and kay 5 equally. How about 6 and 6? Definitely, they can be divided by 6. So, 6 divided by 6, that will become 1. 6 divided by 6, that will become 1 as well. Alright? So, apply direct multiplication. 7 times 1, you have 7. Over 1 times 5, you have 5. So, improper fraction, let us divide 7 by 5. So, how many 5 are there in 7? You only have 1. So, 1 times 5, you have 5. Next, 7 minus 5, you have 2. Okay? So, you have 1 and 2 fifth. So, this is our final answer. Next, let us apply cross-multiplication method using the same example, 7 over 6 divided by 5 over 6. So, let us multiply diagonally. 7 times 6, you have 42. Over 6 times 5, you have 30. Alright? Next, let us divide 42 by 30. Alright? Again, mag-divide lang tayo ng ating numerator by our denominator kapag ang fraction natin is an improper fraction. Alright? Pero kapag proper na yan, we don't need to divide our numerator by our denominator. Remember that. Okay? So, 42 divided by 30, you only have 1. So, 1 times 30, you have 30. Then, subtract 42 minus 30. 2 minus 0, that is 2. 4 minus 3, you have 1. So that is 1 and 12 over 30. Okay? Next, 12 and 30 can be divided by 6. Alright? So, that will become 12 divided by 6, you have 2. 30 divided by 6, you have 5. Then copy your whole number. So, that is 1 and 12 over 30 or 1 and 2/5. That is division of simple fraction using reciprocal and cross multiplication method.